Greetings, YouTube. Happy Monday. Welcome back to the channel once again. So since this offer went out, I have received a boatload of direct questions from people on my live stream and in my line app. Which champions from which class to rank up from rank 4 to rank 5 as a 4-star? And as a reminder, because I don't think I did the best job of clarifying this since I was just trying to get the offer review out as quickly as possible. As always, this is a class-based rank-up gem. You do not get to choose with the class. It's 1 out of 6 like anything else, like any Awakening Gem crystal would be. So, like any class-based gem, chances are you're going to pull Science, because I am convinced that Kabam skews the percentage of those crystals towards Science. I have seen enough openings to think that I have a strong enough and big enough sample size that supports that RNG. So even if you did get Science, the good news is we are at a point in the game where you still can wait and be patient and rank 5 some fantastic Science champions as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my roster, which given is all over the place in terms of whether or not this specific champion is 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. We're going to go ahead and filter this, and we are going to first sort it by hero rating. You just have to click on that arrow twice if you've always wanted to do that, just an FYI. And then we're going to start in the Science class. Now, the Science class is definitely still the worst class in MCOC. That is the gem that I would be least excited about overall, because you really only want to use it on a few specific champions. Now, the best champion to get, and I think this is pretty much undeniable at this point in the game to use an Awakening Gem on, is Void, a champion that surprisingly has not avoided me for very long, pun intended, in the 5-star Hero Crystal, and I used my 5-star Science Awakening Gem on Void. Now, besides Void, there are a couple of other great 5-star champions worthy of that rank up, and by 5-star, of course, for this video, I mean 4-star. Now, Hulk. I really, really love Hulk. So underrated. Kind of gets lost in the shuffle. I think if you are starting out your account and you get a Hulk and that is your only good 4-star Science champion, you should awaken Hulk. I also want to point out that there are a couple of highly underrated 4-star champs in the likes of Captain America World War II. And believe it or not, although I would not recommend this one as highly as the others, I think Yellow Jacket is highly underrated. Not just for Alliance War defense, which is still his main purpose on an unblockable special one, but with Yellow Jacket, you do have the unique opportunity to either guarantee that you're going to drain the opponent's health with that Power Sting, or that you're going to get a pretty decent stun off of them, depending on how many charges that you've actually inflicted on the champion. So, besides that, the new 2 buffed Science champs that you can easily make a good decision to rank 5. Luke Cage, who used to be a meme but now is very impressive, and a champ that just seems to be getting better every day, especially with the latest Evangeline Lilly quest, Red Hulk. I can't tell you how many people messaged me saying that Red Hulk was the MVP for them on the final Ant-Man of the last chapter of that quest. Now, a couple of champs that I think are honorable mentions of this class. MODOK, who remains not only an Alliance War MVP on defense, but also if you're new to the game and you want a champion that gives you some kind of margin of error for getting hit, that auto block really comes in handy. And then besides MODOK, I would be remiss to talk about the regular Captain America. While not having as strong of a bleed, since he doesn't have a bleed, as Captain America World War II, he does have the ability to fatigue the opponent, which comes in handy so well against someone like Mordo. He also is someone that has an incredible amount of perfect block and block proficiency to take 0 damage, especially once his health gets lower when awakened. So ranking up the champs from rank 4 to rank 5 of Science, Void, Captain America, Hulk, Captain America World War II, Red Hulk, Luke Cage, and of course, I would be remiss if I didn't say that my girl Quake, my boo, somebody that I potentially have an unhealthy level of obsession with because she's still my favorite champion to play in the game. I love not actually inflicting a hit and causing 100% damage to the opponent over time. Quake is a champion that I would always recommend rank 5 approval, even if she is not awakened. Okay, so we're going from science to skill. Now, this is a great pool. If you got today's deal, especially if you're newer and you got skill, so many options to rank 5. I have rank 5 a number of 4 stars. Black Widow is a fantastic option, not available as a 5-star. Agent Venom, also a good option. Now, the top 2 options will be Gwenpool and Blade. Blade being number 1, Gwenpool being number 2. But closely behind them, and I only have this person now as, I guess, a 3 and a 4-star, is Killmonger. Rank 5 Killmonger, but I would recommend that you try to awaken Killmonger as well before ranking him up. Now, besides that, we have a couple of honorable mentions that are worth discussing. Some people really love Thor Ragnarok. Some people really love Crossbones. Personally, I don't think those hold a candle to either of the mentioned. And I also want to say, such a underrated champion. I love me some Hawkeye. Love me some Hawkeye. And then the champion that carried me through so many fights, including Act 4 Mastro, Daredevil Classic. Now, given I am only going to say rank 5 this champion when awakened and with a high signature level, as that is what gets him to avoid a guaranteed projectile evade. But Daredevil Classic, only available as a 4-star and as a 6-star. When are you going to get that guy awakened anytime soon, right? So those are the champs. If you don't have any of them, just bookmark this video and save it for another time. Now, Mutant, another great pull if you can get Mutant. As you can see, I have ranked 5'd a number of Mutant champions. Archangel and Iceman are your top 2. But right behind those 2 is Classic Wolverine when awakened. Still has some of the best regen in the game. I would be remiss to not talk about Rogue as another strong choice. X-23, the Mutant class is just loaded. And then some people love Cable. I think that might be an honorable mention, but the damage is not that great with Cable. So I want to go ahead and scroll all the way down because even though I don't have this champion available much, do I even have a 3-star version of Sabretooth? No. All right, Sabretooth is also a candidate, and apparently I have no version of Sabretooth right now. I'm so thankful that I remembered him before leaving the Mutant class. I'm trying to do this fairly quickly, but also to be as informational as possible. All right, this is another class that if you get it, you are going to have a great pull. Basically, every class has a huge upside except for Science, but even Science, I think I've proven there are still so many great champs from rank 4 to rank 5 if you get today's deal. Okay, Medusa and Hyperion, top 2. I've had some weird questions. I had somebody ask me in the stream earlier if Venom is worth ranking up. No, not at all. Now, I do love me some Ronin with the stun, and certainly Superior Iron Man has some value when awakened because of the regeneration that saves you both potions and revives. I think the honorable mentions, besides Angela, who probably is the next two's mentioned 2.0 because of that regen and Fury, Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel are both fantastic champions. Miss Marvel saved me so much in Act 5 and was my MVP for a long time when I put her up to rank 5, and I really wish I had the ability to just do that straight up with that item, but the item didn't exist in the game. Honorable mention also goes to Spider-Man Symbiote, who does not need to be awakened. In fact, I think he is worse awakened because you have the Spider Sense not be able to time your parries. And with the Heavy, you can just parry and Heavy and stack those armor breaks and then inflict guaranteed critical hits with the special too. Also, Drax is, I guess, an honorable mention, but man, if I had made this video even a month ago, right? And Drax was still the Mordo killer, and I hate the Silent Nerf so much. As somebody who just got a 6-star Drax, I very much am not happy. Also, it's worth mentioning, Thor, good rank 5 potential, especially when awakened, and Hela, a lot of people tell me that they still love playing with Hela. I have not used her too much, but because a lot of people use her, I'm going to go ahead and include her on this list. Now, we're going to have the discussion of the 2 highest damage output champions in the game. If you have a 4-star awakened, and the keyword is awakened for this guy, Star-Lord, instantly rank 5 potential. Even unawakened, if you have pulled the man that will elude me for the rest of my life as a 5-star, Stark Spider-Man, or Spider-Man Stark Enhanced, or Starky, depending on how you call him, great rank 5 potential. Doc Ock, another honorable mention. The new Iron Man. I love playing with this guy. I was told that he's just good on defense, but I love playing with him on offense. And I don't even have him awakened yet because I'm saving that awakening gem for a champion that's never going to come to me. Any version of Vision Awakened is a fantastic rank 5 option, as is Ultron, even unawakened. And let's see, as we're scrolling down, another very, very underrated champion is Yondu. I love Yondu as both a defender and an attacker. Rank 5 worthy for sure. And then Awakened, just like with Superior Iron Man, I love me some regular Iron Man. For the average person who's just starting, if you can get him awakened, the regeneration really will save you a bunch of units worth of potions and revives. Okay, we are almost done. We have one more class, and how fitting is it that we end on arguably the best class, and the class that I think there are just so many straight banger champs in terms of value. We have the ability to rank 5 a magic. Fantastic option. Dr. Voodoo, when awakened, keyword when awakened. Ghost Rider doesn't have to be awakened to be rank 5 potential. Guillotine, highly underrated, kind of like Hawkeye. I feel like Guillotine kind of gets thrown into the back of the discussion, and yet I have done so much damage in my life with Guillotine. One of my favorite champions still to this day. Juggernaut, awakened, is another champ that I took to rank 5 very early, and I know a lot of people will not support this, but because of the unstoppable guarantee at the start of a fight, I got so much damage, and actually Juggernaut is an MVP. Not the best champion in this case for this item, but somebody that's worth mentioning just briefly. Now, Scarlet Witch is the champion because she is not available as anything besides up to a 4-star that I, when awakened, would take to rank 5 immediately and keep pumping those 6 stones. If you got today's offer, you've got at least 20 of them to pump into her. And then Mephisto, underrated. Somebody that I think I would not argue with. Dormammu, underrated. Again, I wouldn't argue if you took them up. And when awakened especially, I do not have this person awakened. Morningstar is another awesome value. So I think I probably went through about, 60, 70 champs in the span of 12 minutes. I know this was me talking really fast, but I wanted to get as much value as possible out of a video and give you kind of a bigger idea of who to use this on, especially if you're a beginning player and you don't have any 4-stars yet and you're just going to hoard that item for a very long time. Chances are you're going to get Science. I still think the RNG is weighted towards opening Science, but with that being said, there's enough Science champs to where you shouldn't feel too defeated if you get that Science class as the rank 4 to rank 5 gem. So thanks for watching. As always, remember this is a class-based item that's 1 out of 6. So if you're trying to push your blade to rank 5, you've got a 1 out of 6 chance. Not great odds, but at the same time, I actually beat the odds and got a skill awakening gem when I 100% completed Act 5. So if I've done it before, you can do it too, and I'm sending great thoughts and wishes your way to have really good luck if you purchase today's deal. Otherwise, I hope this video helped you, and good luck in the game. Have a great rest of your Monday.